CJ, babuze, nge-cameras, omnye uthe ku-social media, hey, anamoto, but my camera can buy 3. Yeah. So, is it true, like, your camera is that expensive?
So yeah, it is quite an expensive industry. Cameras are very expensive. There's lights and everything's just expensive. From memory card, cameras actually, and you get trap sensors, you get full frames, and then you get mirrorless. As it was cheap, kuzo zonke.
Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Mntase, sithi Mntase, Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Qhakaza.
I am CJ Audrey Nelana. And welcome to another episode of
Qhakaza, Mntase.
But before we get into the show, I'd like to give a word of thanks to our wonderful sponsors.
Oh, ezisithanda nezisikhasa kakhulu. Enkosi ngalonto sithuphanda Mzansi, Smart Diva Accommodations, Silulutho Technologies,
Sophistic Furnitures, Evolve, X-Royal Studios, and what is that other one? Captain Joe's! Pilchards.
Yeah.
No, wait. I didn't forget. Did you forget?
Soze ndilibale tu.
Soze
Ngike ndayingqamla. Ngike ndayenza.
Oh, okay.
Insebenzele.
Like
Dasave 30 rand yonke.
a whole 30 rand.
Ubani 30 rand?
Idatha chomile. With that said, let me plug you guys. Nyanda's the ultimate plug ndinifaka ezintweni. Captain Joe's is running a promotion with Tough. So every time you purchase on their online store, in case Captain Joe's Pilchards, you get 30 rand off just by using a promo code TAAF.
Lula.
I can't think of
Lula.
Very simple, easy and smart. But with that said, we'd also like to invite you to follow us on all of our social media platforms. That is Tough, TAAF on Facebook, and then tough.escape on all the other social media platforms. And obviously, the one, the only Qhakaza, Mntase on all of our social media platforms. Silako 600.
Hayi senza kakhulu.
Silako 600
kakhulu. And inkosi kakhulu ngolonto soloko silandela into zakuthi. CJ, namhlanje ndiva kamnandi kakhulu.
And I feel at home.
Ndiva kamnandi kakhulu ngokuba ngabantu sancokola nabo namhlanje. Omnye wabe ndizawuthetha naye namhlanje sawuqhubeka naye. Ndakhumsha wathi ntonto akho need yobukhumsha.
I feel closer to my ancestors when I'm around him. I'm like, I feel so close to them. But with that said, welcome guys. So I want people must know who we're chilling with. We are chilling with the best photographers in East London. And that is certified. Niqalaran team. I need to give a strat win.
Sure. Namgelekile.
Garth, le episode zayenza isiXhosa kanye English.
I can't wait for lambuzo ndingqamela kakhulu uyaku. Sanamkela kwisiqendu sethu sika Qhakaza Mntase. Namkelekile.
Siyabulela ukuthi siyabulela.
Can you guys please do an intro and tell our viewers bana ningobani, what do you do, nisukaphi yonke lanto, because apparently guys, if you don't know, like when we do it siyayibaxa we are at the spicy chocolate enye into ke bani bisto ifuna kuyimani so bathi bisto yabo siqhatha Pilchard Captain Joe's, yes. So bathi thina siyayibaxa xa senza ibisto. So can you guys please just let everyone know about yourselves?
Okay, umnandingu Ayabonga Macanda, originally ngowase Mntase. I'm a self-taught photographer. I'm based at Quickney Studio Santos Quickney. I shoot weddings, portraits, and events. I don't shoot babies. That's one thing I don't shoot. Everything else I shoot besides babies.
Nudes.
Of course. Favorite kalule, favorite.
Sho nondibonisa nje lo gama eqhuba yena usithi umni macanda.
Ngumpinga lona ngumawawa ntomntwana. Sense. Yes, kuye lo.
Yes, Magatha
Yes,
Ndile.
Garth.
Hi guys, I'm Garth Potgieter. Just Garth Photography on all social media. On TikTok, I am just Garth as well. Please follow me on TikTok, guys.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm a businessman mixed with e-photography. I picked up photography about a year ago, and I learned from this man besides me. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, so yeah, I guess that's me.
Sure.
Garth, I am a businessman.
Yeah.
Before we get into your business, I like people's businesses. So yeah, that's one
Yeah.
But before we get into your business, can you just tell us, since you've learned from AB and other photographers around around East London, how has the journey been for you? And just tell us a little bit about your background and ukhule njani, and then how did you fall in love with photography?
All right, no problem. Ndikhule quick, first of all, ne? That's how we also know each other, because we grew up in the same place.
Oh, okay.
And my love for photography, it started when I was dating a model.
Okay, is that us? Yeah.
So,
Guys,
so yeah, guys, I was dating a model now. And photo shoots are very expensive, especially with AP, because he's top
Yeah.
quality.
Come on, man.
Yeah, well, so yeah, he's top quality, and Lamdana, she needed a lot of photo shoots.
Sure.
So I just thought, no, why don't I just buy a camera, and then we can do our own thing. We can sort our own thing. Yeah, well, so that's how it started. And then she hosted a show. She hosted a modeling show, a beauty pageant.
Sure.
And I took pictures at that beauty pageant. And when my pictures came out, other people liked my pictures.
Sure.
So that's how it grew.
It became a business.
Yeah.
I saw, no, okay,
There's a
I
market.
can actually do something
Sure,
now.
sure.
So I started. So most of what I shoot now is modeling events, beauty pageants, and I've recently started doing portraits, like studio portraits and stuff. Yeah.
Kanqala njenge-pictures zakho zokuqala uzithathile zakunika inasmuch uthi uyabakho attention ba hey uyafota wena uzithembile lezi pictures ezi.
You know what, before I started doing that, ndandijima kakhulu. So I used to edit my own pictures payana. Yeah, well, so I think that's also where the skill came from. So I was like, no, okay, I sort of have an understanding for this thing, but then once it got to a camera, it's a new level, because there's different formats and different ways of editing things. So I think that's also part of...
Did you use YouTube?
Yeah, I use YouTube, AV.
There, we're gonna get to AB. We're gonna get there.
Who else? Usihle Nako.
Yeah.
Usihle Nako, a lot. Yeah, so I've grown a lot by also collaborating with other photographers and being in that space.
AB, you say you are a self-taught photographer. With the years of experience that you have, I'll take it. Or YouTube, was it something that you used? And how did you come about the love for photography and pictures and all of that?
Okay, I think for me it started back in high school. I think I was doing grade 11, right? And then that's photo nje like flowers phone, and then big as a quote. Yeah, exactly. Broken heart, love is what, you know. It started like that, and then I went into varsity. I think on my second year, I was a barman when his clubs like East London. Sure. And then a friend.
I also did okay. I also worked at a club. Yeah.
Ayibhadelanga.
But I worked at a club.
Okay, so I was also a student at Fort here in East London campus. And then I realized the one, and NS1 was not doing enough. So I had a friend in a camera, he wants to get into photography. So I was like, hey man, Chief, how about promote your business on social media? And then if you get a gig through me,
collaboration.
Something like that. And then this one time they bought a camera for the weekend, and then put my pants in take a song from Res, got back in motor. But photographer was like, I'm holding a camera. I was like, yeah. But I was nipping the shower, my sambe, and then we went to this venue. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, and then
But what's serious?
I wanted the money. I wanted money, and then I just went there, and they found automatic, and then I shot, came back, didn't know what to do. There was 2 million in Jalo, and then I realized, I just went out for an hour, and then I came back with like, anyway, I was paid 100 rand. And then I came back with 100 rand. I was like, this could be a thing. And then I went to YouTube because the Reziacon allowed us to have access to Wi-Fi. So instead of watching series Nendo.
Were your pictures worth 100 rand?
I think so. Or less.
You think so?
Or less. And then from there, and then I just went into YouTube, and then I got exposed to Abantu who are doing this thing. Professionally, I got exposed to the likes of Austin Malema, Anele Papu, and then I got inspired. I won't lie, I really got inspired, and then I started reaching out to those guys, and fortunately, some of them, they did open that door for me to learn and all that. And from there, that's when I got to see role models that are far from me, Abasa, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, and then I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And at that time I was doing my 2nd year, and then I was like, okay, sure, let me just save up the mali separini, those tabs, NS5 here and there, the Hlanganisa, and then I got my first camera, and I've never looked back to it.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question.
Sure.
Nyan, what they say about cameras, and it costs like close to a car. Is it true? Like,
Yeah.
I heard a bird. I have birds. If you are new to the show, I got birds that tell me things. So if you've watched the show long enough, you know that my birds never lie. So I want to know, is it really true? Because I'm CJ, babuze, get cameras, omnye, ute with social media. Hey, anamoto, but my camera can buy 3. So is it true? Like your camera is that expensive?
So yeah, it is quite an expensive industry. Cameras are very expensive. There's lights and everything's just expensive. From memory card, cameras actually, and you get trap sensors, you get full frames, and then you get mirrorless. As it was cheap,
hey, it's a trap, young.
Yeah,
it's just a trap, and we must just. So, what is the most expensive camera? You're on the market right now?
It's hard to tell because Mnandi sticker to one brand, so Shambu Sony could have more expensive things than. But for Canon, I would say a R3 maybe.
R3.
Mirrorless.
Audi.
Audi.
Audi R3, same prices.
Sure.
Same price.
Yeah.
You are lying. Ha, guys, I need a new industry. Profit. I can profit.
I see. You know, umdla wami ulapha ekubeni abanye abantu ufumanise kuba bane comments ezi negative into yokufoda. Omnye uqala ba hayi mfowethu andidingi photographer mna iphone zethu ngokuziphucuke to an extent andidingi ne photographer. Nisayenza imali kwindaba yokufoda. Kwaba bantu banalanda ithi iPhone yami yenza yonke into.
You know what, now, the way that I see it is that you'll never get that quality out of a phone. You can get to your iPhone 20, you'll never get to the same quality as an entry-level DSLR. Yeah, well, it's just because of the size of the sensor. The size of the sensor. It's a crop sensor. It's a crop sensor, so
technically, guys.
Very but guys, we are learning. So there is a D. What?
DSLR.
Okay.
Pop, it's not, but yeah, okay, wait. It can also be a full frame. It can also be a full frame, but the one that I'm talking about, Ngogo, it's like bottom of the range cameras.
Oh, so it's your standard camera.
Yeah, it's those entry level ones that change lens.
Sure. So kumahluko efonini nasecamereni camera.
Just to add on to what Qhakaza is saying, Ndokubana, if phones, as much as Ndokubana zibona as a threat by abantu that are not in the industry, Tina, we don't see them as a threat. No bangakupa, whatever, because not only are we taking pictures, but we also add value.
Okay.
Yeah, we come with ideas, creativity. And there's an editing part, the post-production of that. Yeah, so, and sometimes in a event, let's say you're getting married, you don't want to have to be taking pictures on your wedding day. You just want to sit down and relax because you paid someone else to do that. Yeah. So we add value more than, it's not just we're just taking pictures. Say a photo car. Yeah, exactly. So we're adding value to
Isazotshata. Yazi omnye umdla ndithe xa benithetha ude athi uGarth ufunde elikhulu. Amaxesha amaninzi abantu abenza into enye bayathanda umonelana. Ndikhumbula sesisuke ku14 ngetromi yam. Ukubona andiyazi kwenzeka ntoni. Listen.
You go through a lot, man.
Tromi yam, ngale mini xa ndifike late kulo mzi siyofota umncwabo. Then ikhaya lipenike ba mna ndifike late labe selinomnye photographer. And that photographer uyandisitha like wenza sure ba nenza njani nina abafundi nikwazi omnye afunde komnye ningamonelani.
I think there's an understanding in Ndokubana we have to support each other, right? And there's a common goal. I mean, goals is and what I want to achieve in the industry might be different from Garth or anyone else. However, we do understand that there's a piece of the pie for everyone to eat. Clients is clients Qhakaza, you know. Yes, yeah, photos are too, but as a photo we don't edit the same. So clients want different things, right? Just because umuntu does personally, I don't expect them to book me. If I can book Shangam, I'm not gonna take that to heart. More than it has nothing to do with Ndokubana Siamoleno or anything. And
Garth is less creepy when now creepy. It's a bad
example. Uyanqwala ngenhloko.
I get your point, but that's I don't like that one. I don't like that one. But I think that it's an understanding that Ndokubana singakhula faster and better if sisebenza kunye than umonelana, because I don't think there's an instance or an example in the Ndokubana ukhona omnye that went further ngomonelana. It's usually short-lived. Uyamonelana umuntu ngoku and then, you know, quick turn. However, if it's a uniter, you know, for example, senza lento yenziwa like trying to create and trying to learn in economics this word oligopoly market, whereby we discuss and I'm not sure.
But
yes. So basically, whereby we discuss and like for example, petrol. You get different petrol stations. However, ukona ngafuni ibone Caltex, but ufuni BP. You get Caltex low and goes to BP because of the service and whatever ifumanayo and the packaging. Because petrol is one, however, packaging is different. Therefore, that's where nezinyi izinto come into play.
Economics, supply and demand.
Yes, Chomi, supply and demand. Let's talk about you guys have your different categories in the photography space, right? You said you do everything except for babies, and then Garth, you said you are more into pageantry and can I say events, because you do go to
Ungacha, because I also go to clubs sometimes.
Yeah. So can you just share a bit on how different how the different spaces work for you and your flexibility regarding that within the photography space?
For me, I enjoy doing pageants and also clubs. I enjoy doing clubs and small, like, intimate events. I enjoy small intimate events because of the interaction that I have with a band. I think being a photographer too, sometimes it becomes a lonely job because And then
it's
you
very
need to,
lonely,
you
it's
need to
very
be away
lonely.
from everybody. So when it's like those small intimate spaces, and also like also Joaleni, man, you know, abantu will come up to you.
Yeah. I'm in there.
Yeah, well, so that interaction, man, imnandi, like I enjoy like interaction more than
being closed off. AB, and your vibe is more, because I've seen some of your pictures. And most of them are also in studio. So how is your vibe regarding, like, how do you feel regarding your vibe? And njengoba uGarth nimbuzile naye, just tell us a bit about that side.
For me, it's more of a market thing, right? Because East London, it's not big enough for uba specialize into something else, right? You do get in other parts of the world. I'm just a wedding photographer. If I'm a wedding photographer in East London, trust me, you can go a month without actually shooting a wedding. So now,
You can go a month without shooting a wedding. In East London, you can go a month without a lot of things.
So for me, Jeben Dizamo balances events and everything else. It's because if I specialize on one thing, and then I'm gonna miss out on the rest. So I do need that extra income. Hence why I do take events, because they're quite afford. So I might as well take it. However, if you can see on my social media, even on my website, is that the posts are mostly studios, because I wanna be booked for that. I post what I want to be booked for. However, I cannot neglect in the events, hence why it's on only on the story, you know. So for me, it's basically about understanding the market. If you're gonna specialize on one thing in East London, yes, you can go far, but it will take a bit of time. And bear in mind, the stays is expensive. So like income, it does help your events. And otherwise, if we talk about shooter only
No
studio shoots and maybe weddings.
Okay, I have a question, and this is not serious. So, like, you guys meet a lot of girls. So you guys meet a lot of girls. I'm shoot like they wanna get their pictures taken. And you guys are not ugly.
Thank you.
You guys are really not ugly. What is the attention with the girls and you guys?
Qhakaza.
Why do you feel No, man, guys. Iyenzeka lo
Don't know it, guys.
ba umntu akunxwase okanye unxwase wena, but it's also about being professional. You need to be professional in the space that you are in. Yeah, well, I can't be shooting someone and then now I have inamba yakho and now I'm just be hitting you up about things yeah, well, so it's also about being professional, but iyenzeka, guys, it's not something.
It's human nature.
Yeah,
It's
indalo.
away from-
Njengoba uphethe ikamera wedwa phela zoom in, zoom out. Uthixo nguye lo.
It's not like that. He's making it creepy. He's making it creepy.
Exactly. But I think for me, it would have to be like in the you get paid for that. So in your mind, all you want is just good shots.
Sure.
And honestly speaking, are you thinking?
Sure.
I get this question a lot. But I'm like, it doesn't get to my mind.
Sure.
And nah, man, it just doesn't, because you get paid. So if it's the final product more than anything, you know. You're there to work, and abantu baza kuwe with the trust that they are comfortable enough to wear whatever, so that when they don't. So it's easy to break that trust.
Garth, we had a conversation regarding pageants and how parents actually want their kids to feel safe around you, and as because you're a guy and you can almost squid pageants and get quite exposed.
Sure.
So I just want to ask how did you, or how were you able to build that trust between the parents and their kids and you?
It's also about being professional, like I said earlier. It's about being professional. You need to be professional when you are shooting. You need to be professional when... 17, you have to be at work. You are at work. Like Nina, you guys don't just go in jail up from here and then from Qhakaza, and you go and to cameraman or whatever. Yabo? It's not that kind.
One day, you cameraman. One day, you cameraman.
You need to understand ukuthi usemsebenzini and you've got a job to do. You've got a job to do, and but now man, as umto, you need to have morals. You need to have morals. You can't just be
Going up and
going
down.
up and down everybody.
nje.
Yeah, so that's also part of the whole of how I grew, but I also grew personal relationships now. Yeah, so it's also part of that. Like many people in the modeling industry know me personally, and I think that's also what helped me.
Dabawula nifake nje isikolo sincinci pha kumbukeli. Bukhe wathi xa buthetha wathi uduru AB. And kukhona abantu bafika qomba uduru abantu bangaunderstand. Yafuna nje nibafake nje isikolo abantu bathi asinobiza abafundi because baduru. Kan ba understandisa uyonazi into nisebenzisayo because bayakhala abantu ngobuduru.
Okay, I think in the abantu what they say is the final product, you know. They don't know what goes actually into Landolena. Just to make an example, is shooting anye une risk uphuma ne camera yakho. That's in short. You une lights. You have to hire out, you have to pay rent, a studio. There is editing softwares as a monthly subscription. So you'd find that if to charge 100 rand, 100 rand, is 70 rand is all on expenses.
Yo, so you don't make profit.
You see, so editing that goes into play, your time. So there's a lot of expenses as it behind the scenes that are not out there, and it's unfortunate that we can't go around and having to explain to everyone. But I have to pay this and that to run this thing. I have to pay this and that and to send you your pictures. It's data. It costs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it costs. So there are a lot of expenses before we even get to the quality of the work. You have to travel, so you have to cover your base cost first before you even ufake yomsebenzi. Plus funeka ubhatale for your expertise and your skills and everything else. So there's a lot of cost involved. Hence why besithe camera ziduru. So as a business or as a photographer, uzafuna uhlala ukhula mos. You want the next camera because you feel like cleaner or so right. You need something more. So what I say to clients is that don't go shopping around. You get in numbers, the photographers is 10, and they're like, "Different shoot and then you go for the cheapest." No, I wouldn't advise that. But I'm by either way. Go to lomntu umthanda umsebenzi wakhe and that you trust into yokubana is gonna deliver. Go to lomntu okanye ufuna relationship naye. Don't just go around and pay for that price.
Ndifuna uqala nje kule ndawo ka deliver. Anikadibani neemeko zoba fumanisa uba niyaqhonywa ku-social media kuthiwa nanku uGarth oko wayefota umtshato wethu 2018 akabuyisa mbhatala. Anidibani nezinto ezinjalo?
Personally, I have, because sometimes sometimes is the thing lokubana you ulahle memory card mhlawumbe usuka kule gig nje bupakisha ulahle memory card, sometimes the audio inga record. But I think as you learn from that. You know, now I know that the first thing that I do when I get home, first thing that I do is to back up everything. And another thing is I think we don't communicate enough to clients umsebenzi wakho is going to take this much, you know. So umfota ngo9 kusasa ngo1 ibhodi zaba ready nini. Yabona okanye bangasifundi terms and conditions this might take a day or two.
Guys, read the terms and conditions. It's very important because in universe can you click a box it says that kanti apha you are selling your soul to Garth. Can you imagine?
I think it's important that you tell the photographer okay, when can I expect umsebenzi wakho la time
and the photographer maybe nenyani.
Yes. So yeah, zikhona lezo cases and abanye abantu yenzeka lonto and then ukwazi ukuthana okay bengazazi that this weekend is about busy kangaka, so I'm going to delay by a day.
I have a question. We've spoken about how you guys support each other. I just want to go back quickly. How you guys support each other in the music industry, right? Ufumani Sabani artists, they have a beef, right? And they don't know how to work together. How is it easier in the photography space to work together, or kukhona lando yobana hey uGarth hey
Khona beef ba? Khona beef?
ikhona beef
Ekufoteni ikhona beef.
Guys, yeah.
Hlanda kana mbetha lo muntu wakhe.
the camera namshuta
No, guys, ikona, like within any space.
Sure.
Even in a small workspace, there will be some kind of beef, no? But personally, I don't think that I've ever had like a fight with another photographer where I'm like,
you're always fighting with me, but it's okay. So explain, huh?
Kaloku CJ, when you are my videographer, kandihamba nawe.
Live! Yeah,
No, but personally, I've never really had like I can work with anyone, and it's very simple for me.
And you know when you're too chilled, like it's scary. And AB, do you have beef with anyone?
No. If khona umuntu beef ngeyakhe. However, we do come into like Qhakaza said, we're humans, so zaba khona misunderstanding. So we easily squash that because I believe bashlandi phansi sithethe ngale problem, but I wouldn't expect anyone to take it to social media knowing that you
can squash it.
You know, so there's no beef. However, at the same time, I was over naye wonke umuntu. You know, I get along with Garth. But we're not that close. Sure. However, if anyone angaza kum afuna uncedo with anything, I doubt that I've ever said no to someone that needs help. No.
Yeah, sometimes before siba introduce artist yethu. Yabona njengoba sinosije isiqhelo EMSA ne. Usije invite usije listen. Okay, njengoba ngiqhelo EMSA. The invite mhlambi klo occasion. Endibukele lo MC lo week lo MC ndabawela kanjani uthatha le mic. Anike ni invite ukuthi kwamba azayibona uthatha camera yami. Ngokumjonga lo mfoti.
No, for me there are gigs that I would like. However, I think that umsebenzi wami should speak for itself. So if I'm not booked for that, it means that barighty nalo muntu banaye okanye.
But do you ever go and say, hey, but I invite
nje wena nje iba khona.
I'm not in this started afilini songa sakhe, you know. I'm not in this started. However, I think that ndifuna booked based on credit. Umuntu makan't book it because they love my work and they believe in the brand that I'm trying to build and all that. I don't want to, and mfuna back door. Sure. Let us be open about yonke lento ne. So if Ubanban was shooting something for some time, and then at the same book show the next day, I'm just gonna go there and do my work. If they go it's not.
Kila ba 40 CJ. Kuthiwa nyatya aba photograph emisithweni. Implate is by 8 9.
So Garth, ndiyathanda umbona kwenye into yenziwayo phaa eSmart Diva kuthiwa yiSunday Potty chill. Garth wasoloko esitya Garth
aba 40 kuthiwa hayi abayalash. Is that true?
Nyalamba like does taking pictures make you hungry?
Hey, ndiyalamba mna. But no man, it's not something that we expect unless it's in our contract. Yeah, but because sometimes we know we're going to be shooting for 7 hours, so we put it payana, please a plate of food and energy. But other than that, it's not something that we expect because generally we are shooting for 1 hour to 2 hours, so it's not something in goal.
Sure.
Okay, I have another question.
Oh, CJ, forget when you can't.
So you guys take pictures of girls, right? How do your partners feel about? Okay, man, got girls.
Sure.
Man, you guys take pictures of people. Because we don't discriminate here. You guys take pictures of people, right? I know I'm a jealous person. Like I'm a jealous type. That's something I last time to but I can't. I'm a jealous person. So how is the interaction between you and your partners regarding going, if you have partners, regarding going to do a certain photo shoot with because when I lanja nude something so like how what is the conversation conversation enibanayo with ubaby or like about
and secondly u-edit apha endlini ke ngwerumini ukhona ubaby yabo.
I think kukwazi umuntu, you know, and trusting that person that you are with, and lo muntu that you are dating abe ne-understanding that this is work, this is my industry. So I wouldn't expect to be jealous of that, because at the same time kufuneka sityile and kuze sityile kufuneka ndenze lena into, you know, and have enough trust in lokubana I'm not gonna go out there and ndenze izinto and ruin the relationship and the business, you know. You may relationship a business, you know, because ungandibhukisha for a lingerie, for example, and then I do something trippy, you post it, it's gone.
Creepy guys, ni creepy.
This is a career, so I have decades to come and funa obagile career kuyo, so I wouldn't jeopardize that for like what, for the last 30 seconds.
I'm very honest in my relationships. I'm very honest and open about the things that I do and what I am doing at the moment. My communication is very good. So I think that also helps. Lanto you communicate and partner yakho and mxelele, no, I'm doing a lingerie shoot namhlanje. I'm shooting in Nudes CJ. Yeah, guys. So yeah, I think it's also the thing of communicating and also knowing it goes back to those boundaries that you set for yourself.
You set for yourself
as a photographer.
I want to ask. I'm so sorry. Sure. What do you think, or what could be better for photographers regarding the space that you in? Like, what event or what can you guys do to make photography better? Workshops. Do you think it would help? And have conversations with each other. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like okay, Tough has Exhibition Thursday. Exhibition Thursday coming up. Tough has Exhibition Thursday whereby zonke artists is alapha Eastern Cape, they can come together and showcase their talent. I've never seen that in the photography space. Online. So would you guys want to do something like that?
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice because now we can have a dialogue of how actually do you want us to run the industry, so that Sivan in terms of working terms and all that and pricing as well. Yeah, because let me just be cheap.
Kuba ndifuna gigs.
Kuba ndifuna gigs. And now ubulala aba.
But understand that they've been doing this for years, they understand it.
So if into njalo ingenzeka, I would really appreciate into njalo so that we can sit down and talk and share ideas, you know, and collaborate. And
idea, guys.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Okay.
It's also sometimes some photographers don't want you to see how they shoot. They don't want you to see how they edit. So it's also lando because as much as we are taking pictures, it's also art. And sometimes people don't want to share the art and the way that they do their art.
Okay. It's a spice and
yeah, so it's also lando, but we have a group on WhatsApp. Where we ask questions and stuff.
And all that.
But it's not as big as I would like it to be, and on the level that Ushiji is talking about.
Yeah, but I think it's going to go on the stage very soon because I do have a scooter that's out for. Thank you. I think it's a good thing because I recently opened a studio a few months ago and I've decided in Dogbana for the first time, let me just open it to a public kwezinye photographers. You wanna have a shoot on a studio, come, there's everything and come and shoot. So now I'm being exposed to abanye abantu bengandazi. So siyahlala phansi before the shoot, we talk and dibazi and try to build a relationship like that. So at some point, I think it will get there, whereby I just call everyone in. I mean, Garth or Qhakaza studio, most of the time, udibana ne-photographer bengayazi, you know, and now bayadibana, maybe exchange numbers and all that and all that and all that. The last time we were cornered, there was...
I feel like Garth is always at your studio though.
yeah. So, ufikile wadibana, just bamanzana dibana naye, let me go say hi, and then ba-introducerne, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Garth wasedutywa. Okay. I would look like guys xa nifota umuntu uyadinwa ne and nibuye uedite and ngela xesha lo editor isho noba kufuneka kube kwisound oyimamelayo. Niyawumamela umculo okanye nifocus nje ku-14 xa unexesha nje lakho ke ngokurelaxile. Camera icaleni ngoku. Ndiziphumlele zipholele.
Yeah, I do consume a lot of music. Any genre, gospel, hip hop, deep house, piano. I consume a lot of things, but mostly kind of editor I listen to is stand-up comedy. I find that very relaxing because it's usually I'm alone when I'm editing. So because I stand up, I feel like I'm part of something. You know. I listen to that. I listen to a lot of podcasts and
Like this one.
of course.
Very important.
I listen to a lot of podcasts because and I get inspired mostly with podcasts. That's the main thing. That's why I consume them because I'm a guest and then I get inspired by their story. Yeah, and I'm learned to be better the next day. Okay, the moment that I finish up that thing, I pick up something from that episode and try to, if it fits to Leading from by or who I wanna be, and then I take that. Then if it doesn't, then on to the next one. So I consume a lot of things.
So as a moment of encouragement we do on the show, it's very important because at the end of the day, kukho abantu bafana no AB abamamelayo ishow yethu and then abe uGarth hleli phaya sithi yeah, don't do drugs. Very important.
Yeah, you know.
And you Garth?
Not a gospel, God to God.
You see, most of what I actually grew up on was hip hop.
Sure.
Since I was very young, I think the first album that I bought was Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent.
That is so gangster.
So, but ngoku I've actually started listening to amapiano a lot, especially when I'm editing, because it keeps me awake. Sometimes kufuneka man that
Disconnect.
What I've been listening to is amapiano, because sometimes man you need to have that kum up and shock to keep you awake, go editor, because sometimes it's dark also where you're editing and it's late at night, you're falling asleep when your energy drink up on your side. Yeah, well, so yeah, sometimes you need that heavy music.
Okay, guys, and there's nobody has turned surprises. But I'm going to go ta-da.
Yo! Yayibona yadibana le lingerie tara. Hey! Yo! Ansamele ukuthi gumnati gumtara.
Okay.
Abu AV ready no gather camera.
But ndingumntu we-taras.
Sure.
Ne? Ndinazo neentaka, ndine-taras. Zininzi endizenzayo, ndiyatara kancinci.
Sure.
But ke we as Qhakaza Mntase and uTaf as our mothering it's our mother uTaf, ne? Taf has programs that they have instilled for artists within the Eastern Cape for them to be able to showcase themselves and their talent within the Eastern Cape. But it's not only for beneficiaries ka Taf. It's also for everyone outside of the whole Taf movement, the whole Taf program. And what we did is, right, yabona mas fruit salad. Yayazi mas fruit salad. Bakho orange, bakho
Gazi,
nachi,
Gazi?
bakho I peach like na peach, bakho plum, bakho lamuni, lamon.
Nachi.
And then bakho pina like pineapple.
Pineapple.
Bakho pineapple. So ndiniphathela ipina guys. Yes.
Malize.
Ndiniphathela ipina guys.
Malize.
Ipina, the pineapple, naliki pina.
Pineapple.
No man. Ndiveska qoma jonga abanza fruit salad, ndenze lo Garth fruit salad, but ke ndiniphathela ipina. And I know you guys thought I was bringing you a pineapple, but nali pineapple.
Physical form, guys. Physical form.
Fine, wamkelekile Qhakaza Mntase.
Kumnandi ukuba nani, guys.
Oh, yina madoda. Oh,
They didn't say that, so it's the first. You guys didn't say it's nice to be with us. Okay. Okay, Pineapple, please tell us more about yourself and the music you do, and also why the name?
Whoa. Okay, so the whole thing is like H2X pineapple. So H2 for the flow, X because I'll always be your X and never your O.
Andiva?
X and O, you know, like cool. Like kiss, hugs and kisses, XO, but he will always be your X and never be your hug, love. Okay.
Otherwise, pineapple because my mother's allergic and my father loves it, and I'm the one thing that abavumelana ngayo.
Oh, that is so sweet, and he is a heartbreaker. Red flag number 1. What music do you do, and how long have you been doing it?
Oh, okay. So I studied at SAE in 2019, and then from then I released my first EP, 4 tracks, and I think I've been making music for almost 5 years, like seriously. And then I started out lisenza hip hop, and then amaxesha ngathi ayatshintsha kwakhala piano, deep house, and then I started DJing. So then I moved into making more like Afrocentric music, and like piano siyayizama, but upper in East London they don't have that sound yet. So sisayizama, curate, but mostly hip hop.
So what projects are you working on currently?
Currently we're working on an album. Kulonyaka I started a record label called Butterfly Dreams Entertainment, and then we also do events. The biggest hip-hop show in East London was done in the 1st of April at Marquise. A couple of other shows had to close down because we were doing our thing.
I'm sitting here and I'm getting a heart attack. I'm twitching. I'm twitching about the biggest. Okay, but Jonga, Pineapple, we're gonna have a debate now after the show. After school is after school.
Okay.
If you've watched Qhakaza Mntase long enough, you would know what I'm talking about. You can't any debate in
And the topic ngupik. Mama jeka nithi big.
Bambu big. Upiki smalls.
Very big. We had the same artists that you guys represent, as well as some artists from Cape Town on our own, independently, no budget, and we pulled it off.
Well done. We do congratulate you on your event, and it's nice to see people in the hip-hop industry doing what's good for the Eastern Cape. We do encourage that each and every person work hard to bring a brighter light in the Eastern Cape, like we do with Exhibition Thursdays, whereby we book artists, one national artist, and then the rest are local artists or artists from the Eastern Cape to come and showcase their talents. It's very important that we make sure that artists within the Eastern Cape don't have to leave the Eastern Cape to be seen or be recognized, but they can still do it within the Eastern Cape. So we do salute you for doing a great job regarding that, and we also say do it and keep on doing it as we are doing it. Exhibition Thursday, yes, round 3
Big.
fight. So what song are you performing today?
Today I'll be performing a song called Bunsen Banner. It's a very weird topic, but because in the Eastern Cape we need a catalyst. Now a catalyst is something that makes things happen faster. You understand? So because we want to reap the fruits of an industry that works where everyone can get paid and everyone doesn't have to leave, you know, the coast for brighter venues and stuff like that. So the Bunsen burner is the catalyst, the fire.
Okay. We can't wait. We're very excited. We are so excited. With that said,
Singam. Akafikela xesha.
Akafikile?
Akafiki
Okay.
singam.
Okay.
Phine sihleli apha no AB no Garth. Ngaba 40 abaphuma izandla. Ndafuna mhlambi nani inconje umzuzwana ba isikakhulu niyasebenza nani ngeartist. Andithi kwenze kuze umculo wakho na ugqame kube khona evideo nendoni nisebenzisana naba 40. Ndafuna nje amazwi wenu Garth to artist.
words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Just to artists in general as well, not per se.
I think that if there's one thing that we cannot downplay is the power of social media, right? So as an artist, i-services zethu uyazidinga ne so that aposheke abonakale nakwezinye indawo beyond the city, yabona, and nathi for us ukuze sibone uba siyakwazi afford, we can do ezinto sizibona on Instagram, because there's this belief now that into yokubana kushutwa things are better and jailbreak, you know, and it's really not the case. It's really not the case. So it's good that sihleli artists sakwazi into but okay, we can do these things maybe even better, we don't know, you know. So I think collaboration suppose ba iyaphuma iba khona into that we can do, maybe with the terms of dropping ngoma kanye an EP we can do like a cover yakhe and whatever just to showcase our talent, right? He's not taking anything away from me, naye akanama ndithatha into away from me, but xa sidibene
It's magic.
the bigger the team the better.
Yes.
How would you encourage artists, Garth?
I think AP has killed it. He has said what he needed to say. Collaboration is important because even Nani, I collaborate with you guys a lot. Yeah, well, I collaborate with you guys a lot, and what I've noticed is, especially in the circle that we are in and in the umbrella that we are under, it doesn't help for Umtu to be pulling this side, Umtu to be pulling this side. We all need to go in the same direction. We all need to go for one common goal, which would be to grow the Eastern Cape. Yeah. So yeah, always try and collaborate, and remember, clout is currency.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
With that said, I want you guys as photographers and working in the entertainment industry, because it is the entertainment industry. I want you guys to just talk to that young person on the other side, or that old person on the other side, Garth, Ebi, about following your dreams and making your dreams a reality, and just encourage them. Sometimes you listen to these podcasts and you take away something. What you take away, like,
Sure.
What do you want people to take away from this show today?
Okay, for me it's that into yokubana ukuze ndibe yi-photographer, I was really inspired by Austin Malema, right? And at that time I've never met him at that time, and I just saw him and what he was currently doing, right? And I heard this story, and for me that was enough. So now every day I wake up, I want to do my best so that adekhona nomnye umuntu ondibonayo even on the stream I would actually love to pursue this career. And I understand that career too, it's especially the entertainment, because I had to sit down and say, yes, I'm doing this effort. I'm gonna have a degree soon. However, just know that immediately after I graduate, I'm not gonna carry on with school. This is what I wanna put my blood, sweat, and tears into, and that's okay. That's okay, because entertainment industry is mostly associated with izinto that are bad, drugs, your alcohol, and it's really not that. So that's it for me.
Sure, for me guys, I think I'd like to speak to Abazali directly. I think with Abazali, what they'd like to do is to push abantwana babo into doing what they want them to do. Where in reality, if you're doing something that you don't want to do, you're not going to give it, you're not going to give it what you can. So I think listen to your kids, and push them in the direction that they want to go in, and try and get them to reach the levels that you want them to reach, but with what they want to do. and not with what you want them to do. Sure.
Yo.
Skotok.
No, I don't want to go home.
Okay, ubufuna uadd?
Yo, if ninga-add, it would be, Maseko Qhakaza, guys. First step. If you need to do something that needs someone else's skills,
Sure.
be upfront with the guy. Talk to the guy.
Sure.
Pay the guy.
Sure.
And see if izinto zakho zizohamba kakuhle na.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Other than that, just do what you want to do.
Pineapple.
Pay Garth. Guys.
Sure.
Garth needs to be paid. Sorry, Garth. Sorry. But Garth needs to be paid. Pay Garth. Nyazas.
Pay AB.
Pay AB. Pay AB.
Pineapple.
Pay. Nathi siyabhatalwa guys as MCs. So pay us our money. But with that said, we would like to say thank you to our wonderful sponsors for sponsoring this episode.
Oh, Silulo Uluto Technology Spanda Mzansi Smart Diva Accommodations. Simform i-bait zapha kulaleka kamandi.
Uyalala kaloku
Yo,
wena.
I am telling you.
Uyalala wena.
Kuyalaleka pha.
And also Evolve X-Royal Studios, Captain Joe's, Sophistic Furnitures, kuthiwa ke i-couches zase-Sophistic Furnitures, uthi xa uhlala uzibona uba ngumntu onesidima man.
Akuthiwa ndithatha ngale yami ikhawushi apha kwam. Okanye pha eflatini.
Masiya ke leya. But with that said, we would like to say thank you. Ningalibali, don't forget, I'm not the bargain. I like saving money.
Sure.
You go on Captain Joe's our website, online store, figure and you purchase your case of pilchards, and then you use the promo code TAAF, and then ufumana
Isaphulelo.
isaphulelo se 30 randi. Hawe ngaze ngakhuluma. But with that said, I am CJ Odrinela, and don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. It's at Qhakaza Mntase and at Tough.Eastcape on all other social media platforms. But on Facebook, we are TAAF. Mwah!
Ikwenza fresh le pilchat ya Captain Jones. Kama la mntu kutobeko kume undondo sithi
Qhakaza Mntase.
Yeah.
Gotta work hard on the daily, my nigga can't base a whole life off a wish. Sit in a room and I plot as a twist, can't stop till it sounding like this. Niggas be quick to be talking that trash while I'm quick to recycling it. Niggas be quick to be talking that bit, cause I ain't acknowledging it. Gotta work hard on the daily, my nigga can't base a whole life off a wish. Sit in a room and I plot as a twist, can't stop till it sounding like this. Niggas be quick to be talking that trash while I'm quick to recycling it. Niggas be quick to be talking that bit, cause I ain't acknowledging it. Gotta work hard on the daily, my nigga can't base a whole life off a wish. Shooting they shot, but I know they gon' miss. Unfortunately, I'm not the type to go diss. With card in hand, dog, I'm yelling go fish. Middle of the month and you know we get tense. I'm on the pulse, you can check for the prints. Me doing quarters, me chasing the rent. Me against me, not a mano a mano. Wretched and Clank, we Tony Soprano. Cutting you off if you can't cut me in. I only kill for my next of kin. 20K every time I pass begin. This greater than I've been imagining. With a little hard work, dedication, you could change a situation like I was happening. Gotta work hard on the daily, my nigga can't base a whole life off a wish. Sit in a room and I plot as a twist, can't stop till it sounding like this. Niggas be quick to be talking that trash while I'm quick to recycling it. Niggas be quick to be talking that bit, cause I ain't acknowledging it. Gotta work hard on the daily, my nigga can't base a whole life off a wish. Sit in a room and I plot as a twist, can't stop till it sounding like this.